Hello everyone. Welcome to today's video, where you'll be the judge for the stories we bring for you. Am I the bad person for not wanting to close the relationship after my wife cheated on me 5 years ago? My wife and I have been married for almost 10 years now, and we have 2 children. 5 years ago, I found out my wife had been having an affair with her co-worker, which lasted almost a month. The hurt I felt, I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy. My wife came clean, quit her job. She was genuinely remorseful, and she even started online therapy. After taking almost a month to think about it, I decided to stick with my family, but only under one condition. I wanted an open relationship. My wife was very hesitant about it, but she ultimately agreed after I told her I would leave her if she didn't. We laid down the ground rules on not bringing anyone home, and to always get tested. After my wife agreed, I called my childhood best friend Leah and told her about my wife cheating on me. Leah and I are best friends for life. We went through some shared trauma when we were children, and we felt that bonded us for life. Leah and I did date for a bit in college, but we broke up shortly after as we felt our friendship was too valuable and that there was the risk of a romantic relationship going south and ending our friendship. After I called Leah, she started calling and FaceTiming me more in the coming weeks and months, and we also started hanging out more and going on lunches and dinners. Leah was single, and I did not try anything outwards, but we did become intimately closer, till one night Leah invited me to her room, and we had sex. Leah knew about the open relationship agreement I had with my wife, so we felt no guilt having sex. For the past 5 years or so, Leah and I have been having this type of relationship where we go on dinners and dates, and if there's a really romantic mood, we have sex. I was transparent with my wife, and I told her Leah was the only one I'm seeing. My wife too was transparent with me, and said she had slept with a couple of men. She showed me their pics on the dating app, and they were insanely attractive, tall, and muscular, which did not surprise me, because my wife also was very attractive, and she probably had matches thousands of attractive men. However, my wife said the sex felt empty, and she did not feel anything but remorse after sex. Last night, my wife and I had a serious discussion, and my wife broke down in tears and said she no longer wanted an open relationship and wanted to close the relationship. She said she loved me and only me, and she would never love anyone more than me for as long as she was alive. However, I am conflicted. I do love my wife, but if my wife really loved me like she says, she wouldn't have cheated on me 5 years ago. Am I the bad person for not wanting to close the relationship? A member stated, "You coerced her into something she didn't want to punish her. Are you done punishing her yet? Or do you need another pound of flesh? If you just want to keep punishing her, stop. Divorce her and go marry Leah. If you're going to work things out with your wife, call things off with Leah and go no contact with her forever and grow up. You can't have it both ways. I'll stay and take care of our family, but not really. I'm actually going to just say that so I have an excuse to continue punishing you and making you feel like crap for 5 years. Do you get a year per week of her affair? Oh wait, it's been longer than that already. A year per day. You just get to keep punishing her forever. You weren't saving the family. So stop lying to yourself about that. You were hurting her on purpose, so she would feel your pain. Congrats. She does. Feel better yet? Get that out of your system. Time to either let it go and actually forgive your wife and fix your family, like you said you would, or let her go. But either way, she's more than served her time, don't you think? Someone else said, NTA. But now you need to man up and decide what you want out of life, because it sounds like your days of having your cake and eating it too are dwindling down. Do you love her enough to stay for only her and your family, or do you enjoy the bachelor hookup life better? Do some soul searching and either stay for them or leave, but you can't play both sides forever. She cheated for a month, and you've been fucking other people for 5 years. Your wife has given you more than a fair amount of time, and you're more than even in that sense. If you're still hurt and can't get over it, then leave. MH, this one seems to be controversial. What do you think? Is he the bad person, or is his wife in the wrong? Let us have your verdict in the comment section. Now, moving on to the second case. Case 2. Am I the bad person for kicking my brother and his girlfriend out of our vacation rental? I feel like I'm being painted as the villain here, but I, 34M, just wanted to keep the peace. I'm currently on vacation with my mom, sister, my brother, 28M, and his girlfriend, 29F. The thing is, my brother and his girlfriend have an insanely toxic relationship. They fight all the time, and it's not just loud arguing. It can get physical on both sides. In fact, their neighbors have had to call the cops on them more than once because of their fights. A few nights ago, they had another one of their infamous blowouts. It was so bad that everyone in the house was awake, and our mom, who's getting older and doesn't handle stress well, ended up having a panic attack. After that, they promised they'd keep things calm and not fight anymore. Well, fast forward to 2 nights ago. We were all in a taxi, and they started bickering again. I could tell it was on the verge of turning into another huge fight. I wasn't about to let that happen, especially after a few drinks were involved. So yeah, maybe I was a little drunk and yelled at them both, but I told them they weren't allowed back at the house. I even sent my brother some money so they could book a hotel for the rest of the trip. After a lot of arguing and complaining, they finally left. Now, everyone's acting like I completely overreacted because they were just bickering in the taxi. I get that maybe I could have handled it better, and I probably came off a bit harsh, but after what happened before, I wasn't about to risk another physical altercation, especially when we'd all been drinking. Now, they're all saying I ruined the trip when in my mind, it was their fight that ruined everything to begin with. So, am I the bad person for kicking them out? Let's see what some members have considered. Someone stated, "Not the bad person. I'd be more pissed at them than they ever could at each other. I would sit them down and return their energy to them, as in scream their entire heads off. Tell them that they're insane and this isn't a relationship. It's a freak show ANS that the last time they pulled this crap. Your mother had a panic attack and you are absolutely sick and tired of their antics. Tell them that they either seek therapy because they need it, break up, they'd probably be better off, or find a spot where they can beat the hell out of each other if they so wish. Let them know that if they can't act like adults and deal with their drama accordingly, they will not be coming to any more family functions, and that cops would be called if they do. This isn't an overreaction. What they're doing is seriously unhealthy, and I would be massively pissed off at them for causing my mother a panic attack and for subjecting the family to their crap over and over again." Someone else said, "Not the bad person. My son dated a girl for 3 years, and boy, were they toxic. They broke up 1.5 years ago. He'll be 29 this year. I'm talking him, pulling a weapon on her and kicking her out of his car many a time. I kicked him out at 15 and sent him to live with his father in a different state. Anytime I visited his son by another girl in northern Georgia, I let them stay in a hotel room with me. Thankfully, his son lived with his grandparents. When we'd all go to parks, farms, just anywhere, it was stressful for me because I was on pins and needles waiting for her to explode. My son was a POS, but when he was with his son, he was 100% focused on his son. The last straw for me was when she was rude to my grandson. We left the park, went back to the hotel, and I asked them to leave. I don't know how many times I had to pull them aside separately and point out that they're both setting each other off. Unfortunately, she opened her mouth to the wrong person with a weapon and was hit 7 times. She survived, thank goodness. They broke up shortly after that. Now, they each have married other people and both seem really happy. It seems you have put up with this for a while, and sometimes you have to just say enough. I'm not understanding why everyone feels you overreacted. Considering last time your mom had a panic attack, you have a right to enjoy your vacation and not referee a grown-ass couple. Therapy does no good for toxic people. One fight will go too far, and someone will end up in jail or seriously injured. I'd go no contact until they're no longer together, and try to convince your mom to go LC before she has a stroke. Final regards from someone else. Not the bad person. They were dragging down the entire vacation for the entire group with their endless drama and BS. If you were on a sailing ship at sea, this would have turned out with 2 people being dropped off on a deserted island, and the ship would just friggin' leave them there. Make it clear that in the future they are either broken up or they have grown up and are going to be on their absolutely best behavior. Otherwise, they are not welcome for vacations, holidays, barn raisings, or the annual goat sacrifice. This case seems to gather much consensus on the verdict. What do the members of the jury think? Is he the AH in this story? Express your verdict down in the comment section. The top comment will be posted on next week's video. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. In life, we may run, but we can't hide from true justice. Stay safe, everyone.